my favourite people, and welcome back. In today's video I'm going to be showing you a look that I have been loving. So I've just been loving a little bit more of a bushy brow, embracing my freckles and adding a little bit more foundation time. This is something I've never used on my channel and it's very new to me as well, hence why I wanted to share it in this video, because for the past week when I've been wearing a foundation it's been this one, and I can gladly say I've had zero breakouts, zero reactions, which is really good. This is the new NYX Born to Glow foundation. I'm going to be using the Real Technique stippling brush. I think this is such a lovely brush. I really enjoy using nice thin foundations on it because this foundation has such a gorgeous thin consistency, but it's just so radiant and gives you the right amount of coverage. Like, it really does help the skin show through, but it still makes it look more flawless. Honestly, I'm a real big fan of this foundation so far, and yes, this is the match that I currently have, which is okay for now, but you know, I'm definitely going to go and pick up a lighter shade, you know, for sometimes when I'm not as tanned. I can definitely feel one of those squiggly hairs around my nose area. Like, I just know it's there, but I can't see it. If you didn't know, Boots actually sell Too Faced, so you can get this at your local Boots or online, depending obviously on your store. But this is the Multi-Sculpt Concealer. I'm using the shade Nude. This is the lightest shade that I have and that I use, because this just will lighten up that under eye area, a little bit around the nose, and why not a little bit on the chin, you know. This is such a gorgeous concealer. Like, honestly, I love it. It's got such a nice coverage to it. I'm gonna use a stippling brush just to first of all buff it out, and then I go over with the warmth of my finger just to melt the product down a little bit. So you guys and girls know I love to have a little chin wag with you all. I want to know who your favourite YouTubers are, okay? Are there people out there that you just love their videos and you don't even care what the upload is, you're gonna watch it? Because I have some people that I'm like that too. Comment down below if there's anybody you think I should watch. I'm going to share with you a few of my favourites, and then you let me know yours. So number one, Shane Dawson. Obviously, he's literally like YouTube legend. Like, do you know what I mean? He's so up there. Everyone knows him, but not as many people watch him. Like, I go to events sometimes and, you know, you've been talking about like, oh, people you watch, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, Shane Dawson. And then some people don't actually watch his stuff. I think they still think that he makes those kind of like comedy things like he used to do. Whereas now he doesn't really do that. He does more like documentary styles. He still occasionally does his conspiracy things, which I love. I love his conspiracy videos. I really used to love the videos he used to do with Garrett and Drew. They were so fun when they do like haunted stuff. I just love that. Just to pat that out, hopefully will help it all melt into the skin and look more skin like. Yeah, definitely doing that. Good old fingers. Oh, that sounds weird. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to quickly introduce to you a brand new product that you might not have seen on my channel before. So this is the Miracle Powder Sponge, which is perfect for your powder products, of course, hence the name. As I mentioned, this is by Real Techniques, and I'll leave all the information in the down bar as well. I've got the brand new one for the purpose of the video, because Real Techniques did kindly send me this, and this is in collaboration with them, which actually blows my mind a little bit, I'm not going to lie, because I freaking love Real Techniques. And I remember watching Sam and Nick from years ago, like years ago, guys, when they first ever come onto YouTube, and the fact that they've created such an awesome brand and they're working with YouTubers within the beauty community like myself, I just absolutely love them and I love the brand, and I'm so proud that the fact that I'm collaborating with them and, you know, using these products. I just want to show you, I have actually got the sponge I've been using prior to this, but I thought for the video I'm going to show you a brand new one so you can actually see how it works itself, rather than using one that I've been already using, you know. Yeah. Now, because of that gorgeous velvet texture, that is what really helps pick up the product, okay? So you'll find that by using this sponge, you won't actually have to use a lot of your powder products. I have my Benefit pressed powder here, and I'm going to take the Real Techniques Powder Miracle Sponge. I've just done a few dabs. You can see there is not that much product. Well, there is. So you're going to see, I'm going to do this whole entire area with just those dabs. It literally picks up the product so well that you'll feel like you don't even need to go back into that. Okay, so I'm going to do the brow bone as well, because that is quite shiny, so you can see for yourself. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to do 2 dabs this time, okay? Dab, dab. That's it. I'm going to go all along that chin, up those laugh lines. Now I'm also going to bake with it so you can see that as well. I won't even dip back into this now. I'll do the rest of my face with that product that is on the sponge. Now I won't do the forehead because I don't really like to set this area in place. I like that to look a little bit more like radiant. I like to see the light reflecting back. My hair is just so frizzy today. Honestly, I washed it last night, especially for you, because I didn't want to come on camera with like greasy hair, and now it's so fluffy. You know when you get that first day fluff? I'm going to be taking the Born This Way Loose Powder by Too Faced. Right, I'm going to come close to you. Now I'm going to show you how easy this sponge will pick up your product, okay? So I'm going to do one dab, and it's going to be a quick one. I'm not even going to press it in. I'm just literally going to go dab. Are you seeing this? Now watch. I'm going to shake it, really shake it. It's still on there. So I've got it here. I wake up, flex on down. Still on there. It just locks in that product. But of course, when you put it onto the skin, it just comes off. So I'm just gonna go like that because I want to bake the jawline a little bit, and then I'm also just going to pop some just along the nose and underneath the under eye. You can actually use this damp or dry, but when it comes to picking up the powder, I don't know why, I just prefer it dry. So if you've got it at home, give it a little try dry and see how you get on. So how awesome is this little guy? Well done Real Techniques for creating yet again another amazing product. So thank you for gifting me this and collaborating with me. I really appreciate it, and thank you guys for watching and supporting me, because I get to work with brands I genuinely love. So I'm going to leave that on there a little while, and I'm going to go in with Hoola Bronzer, and I'm actually going to take one of my favourite brushes. Now obviously I'm not saying this just because I just did the sponge. I'm literally saying this because you've probably seen me mention this brush or show this brush in so many videos. This is the Real Techniques Rebel Edge brush, okay? This is the medium one. I do also have the big one, and they have like a little mini one. I'm just applying that mainly at the back of the cheekbone, as you can see. Now because I got the bake on, it's already going to make it look a little bit more intense. Okay, so back to the YouTuber thing, right? So I love Shane Dawson. Now another YouTuber who some of you guys might be like, oh, I'm not into that kind of stuff, but hear me out, okay? She's called Stargirl the Practical Witch. Now I first discovered her, or I was introduced to her, should I say, in summertime. So basically she does like online readings, okay, like tarot card readings, zodiac readings, blah blah blah. So if you're into any of that stuff, definitely check her out. Now I'm gonna be honest, I take that stuff with a pinch of salt. Just because someone says this week something incredible is gonna happen to you, it's gonna lift your mood and you're instantly gonna think something incredible is gonna happen, but it might not happen. Or they might say to you something bad's gonna happen, you're gonna lose something. Then you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose something, crap. Honestly, you have to take it with a pinch of salt, because some of it might not apply to you. I've had readings done in the past and I just sit there and I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen. I got told I was gonna meet a new man who was older than me and I was gonna have a child with him. That never happened. You know, I'm still with Sean, and yeah, I don't know, when she said that I was like, okay. And she's like, it's up to you whether you want to take that or not. She went, but you know, that's what I'm being told. So I was like, okay. So by the way, I'm just going to go underneath the eye and just buff out any powder that may be sitting on there, because I don't want any sort of like overcast or anything like this on the skin. So yeah, I'm just going to make sure it's nice and smooth. Of course, you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. I'm very skeptical anyways about that kind of stuff regardless. Stargirl the Practical Witch. She's a YouTuber. Sounds like an actual TV series, but I promise you it's not. And I watched a few of her videos, and basically she does this thing where you pick a card, right? You have to pick a card that draws you in the most, you know, one that you think you can imagine it being flipped over and you can imagine seeing your face on the other side of that card. So I thought, let me just give it a watch, you know, why not? Her readings are better than I've had in person with someone. What? It was so bizarre. So I said to Sean, for those of you who don't know, Sean's my boyfriend, I was like, babe, just come and watch this video with me, just give it a try, because he was a bit like, I don't really care, I'm not really that bothered. I was like, just watch it. And then he picked a card and I picked a card, and both of them were so different, and it really did apply to what was going on in our lives at that time. But just give it a go, okay? Go and watch one of her videos, come back, comment on here and tell me what you thought of your reading, all right? Just do it, just give it a try. What have you got to lose? You might watch it and be like, oh, Sabrina, that was crap, I didn't like her readings. Or you might be like, oh my god, thank you for introducing me to her, because that was on point. I'll link her YouTube channel in the down bar. Pause this video, open her one up on another tab if you wanna, and go and give it a watch, just watch. Okay, I need to stop bronzing because I'm clearly getting carried away with myself while I'm talking. Okay, I lied. One more bronzer. I want to use this bronzer, this by Too Faced, purely because it has a little bit of a radiant kind of glow to it. During the more autumn, winter months, I do love to use a little bit more of them glowing products, because in summer you're going to sweat them off and you're going to look shiny anyway. But in the winter time, I do like to, you know, use more glowing products. So I'm just going to go and dab my brush into it. I'm going to use the exact same brush, and I'm just going to lightly dust that on top of the cheekbones and bring that onto the forehead. So just like that. Right, I'm going to be taking an EX1 blusher. Once again, as I mentioned, all these products can be found in Boots, on Boots, all that kind of stuff. Even though the powder sponge is good for, you know, baking and setting your powder in place, you can also use it for, you know, powders, other powders such as your bronzers, your blushers. So I'm just going to dab that. Look at that. she picked up a lot. Let me dab it on the back of the hand just in case and bounce that onto the cheek. And whatever product I want to pick up more, I'll just get on the back of my hand. Putting on that blusher as well, just along the top of the nose here and down there. I'm going to grab the Benefit Precisely Brow, brush all the hairs out. I'm going to do one eye and show you on camera and just do the other eye off camera because I don't want to bore you. Let me zoom you in actually. That's how. Fab. Such a good YouTuber. All I do is I kind of like pull the eyebrow up a little bit, go from the middle part of the eyebrow because I don't like my arch sometimes because my arch goes so high. And then I just go along and I bring that to the front of the eyebrow. So when I drop, it kind of gives me that sort of swoop like this. Now the front of the eyebrow, I just of course do little hair like strokes and I just run it all the way through ever so lightly. I don't really need a lot of product in the front of my eyebrow here because that's where my eyebrows are quite bushy naturally. It's mainly the tails of the eyebrows that look a little bit sparse. And then I brush up all the hair and then I just let the natural hairs on the end of the eyebrow kind of like just show through, and it just ends up looking a lot more bushy and fuller and just nice and a little bit more messy in that way. Then I get my brow setter and I just push all the hairs up. You can see for yourself this eyebrow looks so much better when I bring it in a bit more and just don't define the end of the eyebrow too much. It just looks more natural. All right, now let's save this eyebrow. Now, of course, my face is covered. I can only just about see certain marks, you know. So what I do, I know I have my mole here underneath my eye. So I just go on top of this one. And then anywhere that I have a sort of freckle that I can see showing through, I go over, and sometimes I just press it onto the skin, but I'm not very neat with this, I won't lie. If I feel like that is not warm enough, sometimes I'll take a little bit more of a warm toned pencil. So I've got another one here, and what I do is I'll just go around and create like bigger marks with it. So let me get that out. So sometimes I get the more warm toned. I've got a few products that I've been testing out for the freckles and stuff, but I haven't actually decided what one's my favourite. So for now, I've just been switching between them. Sometimes using the FAUX freckle ones, you can get the little liquids. Sometimes I've been using a brown liquid liner, and other times I've just been using my eyebrow pencil, but in a warmer shade, like more of like a red tone kind of shade. Next step is I grab whatever powder is left on that sponge, and then I just help to kind of like dye them down a little bit. And I do this before I do my highlighter, just because I feel like it looks more real, you know, and that way I can just kind of soften them and then put the highlighter on top, like, you know, as if it was my skin in that way. For highlighter, I'm going to be taking one by Fenty because, you know, their highlighters are bomb. And basically what I've been loving is I'm just putting it right in the center of my eyes. Some highlighter onto those cheekbones. I definitely have a hair around my nose. Ooh. If you didn't know, Boots have gone and started selling Dull Beauty, which is fab. So I'm going to take a pair of Dull Beauty lashes. I'm going to cut them up and I'm going to pop them on my eyes. We're going to make it really quick around here because you guys have seen eyelashes popped on all the time. So here we go. Lashes are on. The fluffier the better with this look. I feel like when you've got fluffy brows, you need to have fluffy lashes. Now I'm going to go in with the lips. Now I have been overlining the lips a little bit differently as well. I've been making it a little bit more higher here and then not as thick towards this side of the mouth. It just kind of gives it a little more of that kind of little doll-like pout, you know, and I just feel like it just goes so much nicer with the freckles and the bushy brows and the eyelashes. I don't know, it's just like I said, it's a look I've been doing a lot. So this is a BarryM lip liner in the shade Go To. The eyelashes are drying, by the way, that's why I haven't put mascara on. So I'm just gonna go right on the top, bring it down. So I've not overlined it down here, I've just gone like thin and then bigger. Then we're gonna grab our lip cream by NYX, and this one is in the shade, it's actually on here, 04 I think. So this is a little bit more nude compared to the lip liner. Dab it out. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a little bit of mascara right now and we're gonna pop that onto the root of my real lashes, just to make sure that they blend. And then I'm also going to pop it onto my bottom eyelashes as well. I'm probably just going to put my hair into a sleek bun, so bear with me.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this wet. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me.
And then here we have it, my favourite people. The look is now complete. Of course, you can take what you like from this look. You can use whatever products you want to use and make it into your own kind of style, you know. So as always, I'm going to give you a little bit of a close-up shot. Come on in. Let's have a little look and you guys can see the makeup in all its glory. I definitely am preferring my eyebrows like this, you know. I think this is actually going to be an everyday thing for me right now. And a big thank you for Real Techniques for introducing this into my life and allowing me to, you know, collaborate with them, because honestly, I'm just forever thankful and I just love work with brands that I genuinely love, you know. As always, ooh, I gotta go to the post office. Basically, I have to set myself reminders and alarms throughout the day, otherwise I will 110% forget what I have to do during my day. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna love and leave you all. Remember to comment down below your favorite YouTubers and also let me know if you did watch the Stargirl Practical Witch. I'm now gonna love and leave you because, as you would have seen, I've now got to run to the post office. As always, I love you guys so much and thank you for joining. Bye. Now, I did actually ask for some highlighter, but they only had this one, which is like a liquid highlighter. They do bring out highlighters in their collections, but they are more like a limited kind of thing.